So I've got a problem with my cupboards in my kitchen, and I'm trying to evaluate them, diagnose them a little bit. I thought I could fix them. I may be able to, but I just want to show a short video about what I did to look at them and what the problem was and so on. So you can see the problem here. This just is not, it's very much more aggravating than I expected, but this cupboard door does not stay open. It also doesn't stay shut very well. I'm putting magnets on so I'll actually hold it shut, but they don't stay shut very well either. So I thought, well, what's going on here? Can I maybe fix this thing a little bit or adjust it? And here's what I found. So these are made by, it's very hard to see on here, but I can see these are Blum, B-L-U-M. That's the company that makes these. There's a number on them someplace as well that shows you some more information about it. But what I realized is I've got some of these cabinets that, well, I first thought was I may be able to adjust them. And you may be thinking the same thing. And you may actually have some success with the cupboards you've got. I did not. But what I found was these cabinets, which are my most commonly used ones, I took it off here. That's the one I'm using to get to these glasses. I took this off its hinges finally, and I took another one here that I had above the refrigerator. That one never gets used. So the hinges on it are much fresher, I guess you would say. And after, I'm in the middle of deconstructing these and putting them back together. After taking them off and just testing the hinges a little bit, I took the hinges off of this most commonly used door and the hinges off of this above the refrigerator, and they've already been swapped. So these are what the hinges are like that were above, that were used, my commonly used cabinets. So you can see this one is not really working quite right. There's no spring in it. It's actually not locking open, and it's probably broken. This one has some play, and there's a spot where it kind of stops, and then it snaps, and there's a very, very unenjoyable snap every time I would open and close that door. But it's not, it doesn't have the right springiness. So that's what I was trying to fix. And now that I just thought, well, let me just test the other ones, I took the others off of the other cabinet, and this is locked open right now. And when I activate it, it's forcing me. There's no play in this. It's not swinging. And it locks itself shut, and it comes open with, I'm putting some pressure on it there to get that guy open in it. And it sticks itself open. This, I think, is a working hinge and how this is supposed to work. And long story short, what I found is these hinges, I think, that were frequently used are simply broken and no good anymore, and they'll need to be replaced. So, but these other hinges, they've still got, a good life in them. So I think that I'll put the broken, useless hinges above the kitchen door. I may eventually replace them all, but I learned after taking these apart, there's no fixing this. There's no, when they're installed, I was trying to do some adjustments with these screws and the way they're adjusted on the door, and maybe they weren't hanging correctly. Nope, that's not the problem. The problem with these definitely is the hinge itself, and the spring action in the hinge is not healthy or strong anymore. And that's also one of the other symptoms that's manifesting as is this very annoying snap when I would open and close this door. So if that's happening, that's probably an indication that you got a problem with your hinge and you need to replace it. So hopefully that's a little bit helpful to you. By the way, so we can see here, I think you can see this says Blum 3/4 inch. And to get these off, I took them off the wall, put them on a counter on a towel to try not to damage my cabinets too much. Once I get these guys off, first of all, I can just see that it's a Blum 3/4 inch. So that's what I've got in there right now. And I think that that's telling me about the size of the hole. But I think that there's another number here that you can see on the inside then. Doesn't really matter what mine are, but once you get them off of the cabinet in the wall, you can see what part you've actually got if you wanted to actually get a replacement. There's a number here you can see. If you go to Blum's catalog, you could find that one. I don't know if I'm going to want to buy Blum again, but there's a number there, and there's another number here. The 3/4 inch is some basic information about it. I think there might be, I had seen another video that suggested there's a number in here. Maybe it's the number here. Yeah, I can see there's a 110 there. So I think this opens to 110 degrees. So you get some details about what your hinges are from what's printed on the hinge itself, which may be a little bit hard to see. Anyway, I hope that's a helpful video if you're trying to fix your kitchen up a little bit too.